Starting Out, the show that takes you inside the exciting world of entrepreneurship and showcases the incredible journeys of new business owners and budding entrepreneurs. Join us as we explore the challenges they faced, the lessons they learned, and the triumphs they achieved. Get ready to embark on a thrilling adventure as we uncover the secrets of success on Starting Out.
Have you ever felt overwhelmed by urgent tasks, those relentless demands that scream for your immediate attention? We've all been there, caught in a whirlwind of emails, deadlines, and unexpected problems. It feels like we're constantly putting out fires, leaving little room for anything else. But amidst this chaos, there's a nagging feeling, a whisper in the back of our minds that asks, what about the important things? You know, those long-term goals, those projects that truly excite us, the things that matter most, they often get pushed aside, overshadowed by the tyranny of the urgent. This is the urgency trap. We get so caught up in reacting to what's right in front of us that we lose sight of what truly matters. But there's a better way. In this video, we'll explore the fundamental difference between important and urgent tasks. By understanding this distinction, we can break free from the urgency trap and start focusing on the work that truly matters, the work that aligns with our values and drives us forward. Let's start by defining importance. Important tasks are those that contribute to our long-term goals, our values, and our overall vision. They are the building blocks of a meaningful life, both personally and professionally. Think of important tasks as investments. They may not offer immediate gratification, but they yield significant returns over time. These are the activities that bring us closer to our aspirations. Whether it's writing a book, building a business, or nurturing a loving relationship. These tasks are not about checking off items on a to-do list. They are about creating a life of purpose and fulfillment. They are about making a difference. So how do we identify these important tasks? It starts with understanding our why, our core values, and our long-term vision. Once we have a clear sense of what truly matters, we can start aligning our actions accordingly. Now let's turn our attention to urgent tasks. These are the tasks that demand immediate attention. They often involve deadlines, crises, or problems that require immediate resolution. Urgent tasks have a way of hijacking our attention. They create a sense of urgency, a feeling that we need to drop everything and attend to them right away. And sometimes we do. However, the problem with constantly focusing on urgent tasks is that it prevents us from dedicating time and energy to the important ones. We become so consumed with putting out fires that we neglect to build a fireproof house. It's important to note that not all urgent tasks are unimportant. Some urgent tasks are also important, such as meeting a critical deadline for a project aligned with your goals. These tasks require our immediate attention and contribute to our long-term vision. The key is to avoid falling into the trap of treating all urgent tasks as equally important. We need to learn to discern between those that deserve our immediate attention and those that can be delegated, deferred, or even ignored. By understanding the difference between important and urgent, we can start to prioritize effectively, making conscious choices about how we spend our time and energy. This discerning ability is crucial for breaking free from the urgency trap and achieving lasting fulfillment. When we prioritize important work, we invest in our future. We make progress on projects that align with our values, our passions, and our long-term vision. This creates a sense of purpose, a feeling that we're moving in the right direction. Focusing on important work fosters a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. We see tangible results from our efforts, which motivates us to keep going. This positive feedback loop fuels our growth and propels us towards our goals. Moreover, prioritizing important work often leads to greater efficiency and productivity in the long run. By addressing the root causes of problems and developing sustainable solutions, we can minimize the occurrence of future crises and urgent tasks. Conversely, when we constantly react to urgent tasks, we find ourselves on what I call the urgency treadmill. We're constantly running, but we never seem to get anywhere meaningful. We're putting out fires, but we're not building anything lasting. This reactive approach can lead to stress, burnout, and a feeling of being overwhelmed. We're constantly playing catch-up, never quite feeling on top of our workload. Furthermore, the urgency treadmill often prevents us from addressing the root causes of problems. We're so focused on immediate fixes that we don't have time to step back and analyze why these issues keep arising in the first place. Imagine a project manager facing a looming deadline. The pressure is on, the team is stressed, and every minute feels like an emergency. This is a classic example of an urgent task. It demands immediate attention and can easily consume all your time and energy. But let's step back for a moment and consider something else that's important to this project manager developing leadership skills. This is an important task, not necessarily urgent in this moment, but crucial for long-term career growth and team effectiveness. See, focusing solely on the urgent deadline might get you through the day, but neglecting the important work of leadership development will have consequences down the line. You might find yourself constantly putting out fires, stuck in a cycle of urgency with limited growth. This is where understanding the difference between important and urgent becomes truly powerful. It's about recognizing that while putting out fires is sometimes necessary, it shouldn't come at the expense of building the skills and strategies to prevent those fires in the first place. Now, let's shift gears and consider a different scenario. Think about a busy entrepreneur working tirelessly to build their dream company. They're consumed with product launches, marketing campaigns, and securing funding. These are all important tasks, no doubt, but they often fall into the urgent category, demanding immediate attention. However, amidst this whirlwind of activity, something as crucial as a regular health checkup gets pushed aside. It's easy to see how this happens. We tell ourselves, I'll get to it when things calm down. But in the grand scheme of things, is there anything more important than our health? This is a classic example of how we prioritize urgent tasks over important ones. We get so caught up in the day-to-day demands that we neglect the things that truly matter in the long run. Remember, your health is your most valuable asset. It's the foundation upon which everything else is built. Neglecting it might seem like a small compromise in the moment, but the long-term consequences can be significant. Think about a young professional eager to climb the corporate ladder. They're dedicated, hardworking, and always willing to go the extra mile. They spend late nights at the office meticulously completing every task, answering every email. These tasks are undoubtedly urgent in the fast-paced corporate world. But imagine if this young professional also dedicates time to seeking out a mentor, someone with experience and wisdom to share. This might not feel as pressing as finishing a presentation due tomorrow, but it's an important task that can have a profound impact on their career trajectory. Building a relationship with a mentor takes time and effort. It requires stepping outside the daily grind and investing in something that might not offer immediate, tangible returns. But the long-term benefits of guidance, support, and a different perspective are invaluable. This example highlights the importance of looking beyond the urgent and embracing the tasks that contribute to our growth and development. How do we navigate this constant influx of tasks and prioritize effectively? One powerful tool is the Eisenhower Matrix, a simple yet effective framework for decision making. It helps you categorize tasks based on their urgency and importance. The top two quadrants represent urgent tasks, while the bottom two represent not urgent tasks. On the left side, we have important tasks, and on the right side, not important tasks. This creates four distinct categories: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and not important and not urgent. The key to utilizing this matrix effectively is to populate it with your daily tasks. For example, that report due tomorrow falls squarely in the urgent and important quadrant, demanding your immediate attention. However, that online course you've been meaning to take, the one that aligns with your long-term career goals, that sits in the important but not urgent quadrant. This visual representation allows you to see where you're spending your time, and more importantly, where you should be focusing your energy. It helps break free from the tyranny of the urgent and create space for the important. Mastering your workload isn't just about prioritizing the important. It's also about having the courage to say no to the unimportant, even if it appears urgent. This requires discipline and a clear understanding of your values and goals. Think about that colleague who constantly asks for quick favors that end up consuming hours of your day, or those last-minute meeting requests that derail your entire schedule. These tasks often masquerade as urgent, creating a sense of obligation and pressure to comply. Learning to politely decline these requests is not selfish. It's about protecting your time and energy for what truly matters. Remember, every yes to an unimportant task is a no to something important. It's about making conscious choices about how you spend your most valuable resource, your time. This might feel uncomfortable initially, especially in a culture that often glorifies busyness. But as you become more comfortable setting boundaries and prioritizing your workload, you'll find it liberating and empowering. You'll create space for the work that truly matters, the work that aligns with your values and propels you towards your goals. Now let's face it, we can't do everything ourselves, and we shouldn't try to. Delegating and automating tasks are essential skills for managing your workload effectively and freeing up time for what matters most. Consider tasks that can be delegated to others. Are there responsibilities you can share with your team members, allowing them to grow and develop their skills? Could you outsource certain tasks to freelancers or virtual assistants, freeing yourself from administrative burdens? Automation is another powerful tool in your productivity arsenal. Look for repetitive tasks that can be streamlined using technology. This could be anything from scheduling emails to managing social media posts, or even automating data entry. By embracing delegation and automation, you're not just freeing up your time, you're optimizing your workflow. You're creating a system where you can focus on your strengths, the important tasks that require your unique skills and expertise, while ensuring that other tasks are handled efficiently and effectively. What happens when we consistently prioritize the urgent over the important? What are the consequences of letting those crucial but not immediately pressing tasks fall by the wayside? The answer, quite simply, is stress. Imagine a garden left untended. Weeds begin to sprout, choking the life out of the plants we carefully cultivated. Our once thriving garden becomes a tangled mess, requiring far more time and effort to restore than if we had just pulled out those weeds when they first appeared. This is a powerful metaphor for what happens when we neglect important tasks. The stress builds slowly but steadily. We feel increasingly overwhelmed. Our to-do list grows longer, and our energy dwindles. We become reactive, constantly putting out fires instead of proactive, tending to our metaphorical garden. This chronic state of stress is not only detrimental to our well-being, but it also hinders our ability to perform at our best. We make poor decisions, our creativity suffers, and our relationships can become strained. It's a vicious cycle that can be difficult to break free from. The consequences of prioritizing urgency over importance extend beyond stress. When we're constantly caught up in the whirlwind of the immediate, we miss out on valuable opportunities for growth, innovation, and fulfillment. Think about that side project you've been putting off, the one that sparks your passion and could lead to exciting new possibilities. Or that professional development course you've been meaning to take, the one that could equip you with valuable skills and knowledge. These opportunities often reside in the important but not urgent quadrant of our lives. They're not demanding our immediate attention, so we tell ourselves we'll get to them later. But later often turns into never, as we become consumed by the tyranny of the urgent. The cost of missed opportunities is significant. It's the feeling of stagnation, of being stuck in a rut, of knowing deep down that we're capable of more. It's the regret of not pursuing our passions, of letting fear and inertia hold us back. The consequences of neglecting important tasks are not always immediately apparent. They often manifest gradually, subtly impacting various aspects of our lives over time. This can make it challenging to connect the dots and recognize the root cause of our dissatisfaction. Imagine a ship's captain who consistently chooses the easiest, most straightforward route, ignoring the need for regular maintenance and course correction. Initially, everything seems fine. The ship sails smoothly and the journey progresses as planned. However, over time, that neglect begins to take its toll. The small, unaddressed issues compound, leading to major problems down the line. The ship veers off course, the engine starts to sputter, and the crew becomes demoralized. What was once a promising journey becomes a struggle for survival. This is a powerful analogy for how neglecting important tasks can impact our lives in the long run. What might seem insignificant in the moment can have far-reaching consequences, leading to burnout, missed opportunities, and a sense of unfulfillment. We've established the significance of prioritizing important tasks, but let's be realistic. Urgent tasks are also part of life. They pop up unexpectedly, demanding our immediate attention. The key here is not to completely disregard urgent tasks, but rather to find a balance. Think of it like juggling. You wouldn't focus solely on one ball while neglecting the others. This balance involves consciously allocating time for both types of tasks. Start by scheduling dedicated blocks for important tasks, treating them as non-negotiable appointments. Then, strategically slot in urgent tasks around these blocks, ensuring that the important tasks don't get squeezed out. Remember, achieving this balance is not about rigidly adhering to a schedule, but about understanding the value of each task and making conscious decisions about where your time is best spent. The goal is to create a sustainable system where you're consistently moving towards your long-term goals while effectively handling the immediate demands. Achieving balance often requires us to make tough choices. Saying yes to every request, regardless of its urgency or importance, can lead to overwhelm and ultimately hinder our progress on what truly matters. This is where the power of no comes into play. Learning to politely decline tasks that don't align with your priorities is crucial. When we say no to the non-essential, we create space for the essential. This might feel uncomfortable at first, but remember, every no is a yes to something else, something that contributes to your overall goals and well-being. Think of your time and energy as valuable resources. Just as you wouldn't invest in a failing venture, don't invest your time in tasks that don't yield significant returns. Be selective, be strategic, and don't be afraid to politely decline requests that don't serve your greater purpose. Finding the right balance between important and urgent tasks is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's about understanding your own rhythm, your peak productivity times, and aligning your schedule accordingly. Some individuals thrive in the early hours, tackling important tasks when their minds are fresh. Others find their stride later in the day, utilizing the morning for urgent matters and reserving the afternoon for deep work on important projects. Experiment with different approaches, track your productivity levels, and identify what works best for you. Remember, this is a journey, not a race. Be patient with yourself. Embrace the process of experimentation and celebrate small victories along the way. The key is to find a rhythm that allows you to consistently move forward, making progress on both your immediate responsibilities and your long-term aspirations. Mastering the balance between important and urgent tasks requires more than just time management techniques. It demands a shift in mindset. Most of us operate in a reactive mode, constantly responding to external demands and allowing our to-do list to dictate our actions. This reactive approach keeps us trapped in a cycle of urgency, preventing us from focusing on what truly matters. To break free from this cycle, we need to cultivate a proactive mindset. This means consciously choosing how we spend our time and energy, aligning our actions with our goals, and anticipating challenges before they arise. Instead of simply reacting to the latest email or phone call, we proactively plan our day, week, and even year. ensuring that our actions are driven by intention, not just reaction. This shift from reactive to proactive is not about becoming rigid or inflexible. It's about taking ownership of our time and consciously designing our days to align with our values and aspirations. It's about moving from a place of constantly putting out fires to a place of focused action and intentional living. A proactive mindset empowers us to make conscious choices, even when they are difficult. One of the most challenging yet liberating choices we can make is saying no to tasks that don't align with our priorities. This requires discipline, the ability to resist the urge to please everyone, and the temptation to take on more than we can handle. Saying no is not about being selfish. It's about being strategic with our time and energy. When we say no to the non-essential, we create space for the essential, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. It's about recognizing that our time and energy are valuable resources and we must invest them wisely. This discipline of saying no is a muscle that strengthens with practice. Start by saying no to small requests, gradually building up to bigger ones. Remember, you don't need to provide elaborate justifications. A simple and polite no is often sufficient. Mastering the balance between important and urgent tasks is not about achieving overnight success. It's about embracing the long game. It's about consistently making small choices each day that align with our long-term vision. It's about understanding that real progress takes time and requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to stay the course even when results are not immediately visible. This long-term perspective allows us to weather the inevitable storms and setbacks that life throws our way. It helps us stay focused on the bigger picture, reminding us that every small step we take, every important task we prioritize, brings us closer to our ultimate goals. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Don't get discouraged by the enormity of the task ahead. Focus on taking one step at a time, one important task at a time, and trust that in time, you will reach your destination. As we conclude this exploration of mastering work by prioritizing important over urgent tasks, remember this. It's not about achieving perfect balance overnight. It's about understanding the why behind these strategies and embracing the journey of continuous improvement. We've delved into the distinction between important and urgent, the impact of our choices, and the tools to help us prioritize effectively. We've discussed the power of balance, the importance of saying no, and the need to adopt a proactive mindset. Now it's your turn. Take these insights, apply them to your own work life, and discover the transformative power of prioritizing what truly matters. Share your experiences in the comments below. How do you manage your priorities? Let's learn from each other and embark on this journey of mastery together.